Yes, lads, joebiline here, and the episode 2 of Man City Career Mode is here. So first things first, massive thanks to EA for taking me down to the London Capture event to record this gameplay early. These videos are presented by the EA Game Changers Network. So we start this episode off finding out that we have signed Nainggolan. Nainggolan is in the side, 54 million. We've got 130 or so million to spend. I want to make two or three big additions to the squad. Man City squad don't need too much doing to it. They've got a pretty deep squad. I've got the main player I want. Anybody else is purely for vanity, really. We've got some good players. I just want to add a little bit of impact to myself. So we signed Ben Brereton as well as a youth for one of the targets, and just because I like that player in real life, and hopefully give him a little game here or there. John Stones was moaning because I didn't start him. Mate, Artmendy and company are better than you. I'm going to be training you all season and you will get your chances. I'm just going with Artmendy and company as my first choice predominantly. Company's probably going to get injured at some point anyway, you know what he's like. We do want to try and get Ronaldo Vieira from Leeds as well, but we're going to leave some delegating 18 to that, and see how we can do there. But the scout saying that, it just looks like he's not going to be as cheap as Brereton, because Brereton for 2 million was an absolute bargain. We are also going to shift out a bunch of our loan players. Most of them I've already listed for loan, and the offers are slowly coming in, but here we have it, accepting the offers. Nainggolan's already signed, and that's Ben Brereton officially signed now. 9,700 a week, not too bad. 66 rated, but he's got a lot of potential in him. We probably won't see that potential all the way because we've only got one season, but hey, I'm sure in other career modes as the year goes on people will be getting him very high indeed. But we are going to submit that for Ronaldo Vieira just because why not? Hey, we've loaned out Denier, loaned out. He's not a feature in the squad. We're mainly going to be running with our first 11. Not too many changes for this season. It's only injuries that could get in the way of things, but we've got an idea. Let's try and sign a player who can play out wide or up top. We've got Aguero, we've got Gabriel Jesus. Let's sign Mertens. I'd fancy a bit of Mertens in the side. We can play him out wide, we can play him in the middle if required. I'd mainly play him out on the left with Sterling on the right. I like Sane, but I want someone who's already a little bit more established than Sane, because why not? We've got the money to spend, so let's spend it. We're going to delegate out here for Ronaldo Vieira. Going to offer him his weight. He's at 3 million. We should get him just a little bit more than this, and then so what we're putting in again here. Sorry, it's just I recorded all this over this weekend. Coming back to do it a little bit later. What did we put in? 4 million. We thought would go up to there. That should be fair. Brereton, he was 1.2. We got him for 2. And Mertens, we're going to do delegate to buy because we don't really need to go through that cutscene every time. The cutscene's nice when you see it the first few times, but then after a bit you kind of just want to get the player signed and move on. If anything, the cutscenes are better for like career mode watching, but after a while I'm sure you'll probably agree, after you've signed a few players you kind of just want to get it over with. The only risk with that is that you set these parameters, and if it doesn't go your way, you haven't got the chance to counter it more, so you've got to be careful with some of it. But we are going to get ready because we've got Real Madrid in our final group stage match of this friendly tournament, and due to that sim loss against Munich, we've got to get a win here. If we don't get a win, we're out, and we're not getting as much prize money as we would have wanted. So we've signed Nainggolan for that holding role. We're going to play Jesus out wide for a bit, just because I like using Jesus. He's got the 5-star skills. I do mainly use only a couple of the 4-star skills, but it's nice to have a 5-star skiller, and we want to get him trained up and improved, don't we? So why not get some squad rotation going on, all that good stuff. But yeah, 4-3-3 holding we're going to start with. We may at some stage move to a 4-3-3 attack with a cam instead of a CDM, because Nainggolan is not a proper CDM. He's more of a centre mid to go forward, backwards, down, left, right, wherever you want. But you see there, Munich on 6 points, Juventus on 3 points, ourselves on 3 points, and Madrid surprisingly on 0 points. So not the best starts for Madrid in this friendly tournament, but we're raring to go. We want to get a win in the bag and progress to the next stage, because prize money helps. Hopefully some of it will go to the transfer funds just to make their movements a little bit easier for us. But we start off quite nicely. Now we're in the 4-3-3 instead of the 5 at the back. We do want to use a lot of wing play. We want to get Sterling involved, trying to thread the ball through. I do like to play wing play, and Man City have got the right players to be able to play wing play. Sterling is a very good player on this game. Nice explosive pace of energy. He's got some nice skills and ball control, and he narrowly misses 27 minutes in. Game still 0-0, and at the stroke of half time, Madrid do have an attack with De Thomas knocking it to Ronaldo, who can't quite get there, and we do manage to clear the ball quite comfortably in the end to blow the whistle for half time. Not too much to report on in that first half. Pretty boring, closely contested, middle of the park game. We are going to make some changes on the 60th minute, bring some life into it. Silva, Sane, Danilo, Stones all coming on, get some rotation in there, get some fresh legs. Hopefully we can assault Sane. We want to assault from out wide. Stones decides to have a little bit of a run, gets into the box. He's going to try and cut it across to Aguero, but it's well defended out, and the danger is eventually cleared. We just can't clear. But before that, it does come back in and we get a foul on the edge of the box, and I'm thinking, right, I'm rusty with free kicks, let's see what we can do. Terrible. I tried to hit a low, hard driven shot, and it went straight against the wall and eventually smothered by the keeper. And now it was their turn. Vazquez from Cruz. Vazquez is holding it around, looks for Carvalho, who's pushed forward. Carvalho's going to push it to Cruz. Cruz is going to make a little drive with it, pass it to Ronaldo. Ronaldo's going to find Cruz, who's made space for himself, and he's going to let an absolute Cruz missile off of that home-seeking missile into the top right corner. And we do go 1-0 down with 88 minutes gone. I'm thinking, damn, it looks like we're going home. So we go all out attack, push forward, but we get hit in the middle of the park on the counter. Not much we could do about it. The attack did not come to fruition, and Vazquez is going to run down this right. He's going to find Benzema, who's going to find Cruz, and Cruz is going to make it 2-0. Cruz has absolutely cut us open in the final 2 minutes of the game. But after that first goal, it was score or go home, go hard or go home. We pushed out. Sadly, it didn't come off. We lost. We went out. But that's okay. The friendlies are just there to get used to the squad, and we can now focus on the league. We do want to try and make a few more signings just before that, though. Obviously, we've already got Brereton and Nainggolan, Mertens, and Ronaldo are in negotiation. And Leicester want to sign Wilfred Boney. Almost forgot we still had Wilfred Boney. Obviously, in real life, he has gone to Swansea. And due to the build we were playing at the capture event, not all transfers had been completed just yet. And then we found out the news that delegating probably wasn't the right idea with Mertens, because the delegations broke down and we was not able to secure a deal to then offer him a transfer. So one thing you do have to keep in mind, say you do think cutscenes may get boring from time to time after you've watched them quite a few times. If you're not in them cutscenes for the negotiations, you're not going to be able to negotiate and counteract offers. If you set what you want to go between, that's what's happening. If you can't come to agreement between that, it goes, and you can't try and sign the player again for the rest of the season. Like you'll see later on, even in January, I just went to inquire about some players. You still couldn't. But we do have the negotiations here, because as you saw there, we want to sign Insigne. Couldn't get Mertens. Let's go for his teammate instead, who is an out-and-out winger. And this one goes a lot better. We had the transfer accepted. We went to it was a smooth process. They were happy to accept. And Insigne was happy to get on board. He's 4 years younger than Mertens as well. So he's got age for growth. Obviously, we have only got one season with Man City, but we've got the age for growth there. And Insigne is happy to come in. He was plan B as opposed to Mertens, but in hindsight, he's probably a better option than Mertens, because Mertens is incredible, but Insigne is a more out-and-out winger, and that is where we're going. So we've got the Premier League. It's the start of the season. We're away at Brighton. The fixtures are all in the same order, from what I understand, because obviously City did start away at Brighton in the Premier League. We've got all the Premier League infographics. It looks all nice and swish, looks very smart, almost like a real life football game. And Insigne's handed his first start straight away, drafted into that lineup. And 28 minutes in, we're going to have a run with Aguero. He's looking for space to De Bruyne. De Bruyne can't quite get the shot away before being tackled by Sutner, and Dunk is eventually going to clear it. The goal stayed 0-0. It was a very tough opening game. Rainy night away at Brighton. Brighton's first game in the Premier League after coming up last season. And it was up to Insigne on the 40th minute to make a run, do a little skill move, pop the finesse off, and make it 1-0. Dream debut for Insigne. Could not ask for more than that, to break the scoring on your Premier League debut at your new club, only days after confirming the deal. What a lad he was. He was going to go down in this club's history, and the fans are already singing his name. Insigne, score a goal for us. That's not what they're singing, by the way. I just tried to think of a song in my head and it did not come off. Maybe we'll think about one as the series goes on, get a little bit of a chant going for some of the players as they become club heroes. We go into the second half and it's pretty much more the same. We're just trying to attack and break down Brighton here. Sterling's hitting the post. We're just not getting any chances. That's about the best Brighton had so far. They were defending well, but they weren't offering much in the attack, and Sterling just couldn't complete his shots. He couldn't complete his crossing. It looked like it was going to be a 1-0 victory, and it was. Insigne won us the 3 points there on his debut. I'd like to say the defence did the job, but Brighton really didn't offer much at all. There was not really anything from Brighton there. But as I said in the first episode, because I only had like 2 days to record this career mode and I need to get some Ultimate Team and stuff done, the general consensus of most episodes will be 2 games and 2 sims, just to make sure I could get the season done, keep it short. It's probably going to be about 15 or so episodes, which should take us up to when the full game comes out. And if you are all still enjoying the career mode stuff, I'll get another one done in the final game. But it does look here, Insigne on it again in this sim game. 2 goals for Insigne, 1 for Sterling, 3-1 win over Everton. Great start to the Premier League. And then we've got a sim game against Bournemouth Sunday the August the 27th. The transfer deadline is closing, but we've got a game in Bournemouth to play first, and Insigne's going to get a yellow card early doors. Bit frustrated maybe from him, and then Goslin's going to score, and then Insigne is going to get a goal. Insigne, perfect start for him. August player of the month maybe. What's that, 4 goals already in his first 3 games, 60-70 minutes in, and Sterling's going to break the deadlock to make it 2-1. Our wingers are on fire, and that's good because that's the way I want to play. I want to play wing play, and so do they when I sim. It's like they know how I want to play. It's like the game studied what I wanted to do during the games I played. And there we go, 3 games in, 3 wins, but let's have a better goal difference. And Chelsea are just behind us. So do leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new here. Come follow me on Twitter at joebilinehd, and I'll see you all later. Peace.